Welcome back. You're still watching Politics HQ. Reactions have continued to trail the Presidential Election Petition Court's verdict delivered on Wednesday at the Court of Appeal. The Labour Party, the People's Democratic Party, the two main petitioners have since rejected the decision, and the PDP's candidate Atiku Abubakar has categorically stated that he will be challenging the ruling in a higher court, of course, the Supreme Court, the court that is just next to God. Now, Nigerians have also reacted on social media and in the traditional media, on the streets as well, as incumbent President Bola Tinubu crossed the first hurdle in his bid to confirm his victory at the polls. The issues raised across the various sections of the populace have generated discourse, and today, right here, we will have one of those here on Politics HQ. My guest for this segment is Kassim Afegbua, a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress. You're very welcome, Kassim.
Thank you very much.
All right, and maybe I should say congratulations. You're of the All Progressives Congress. Following the judgment of the PEPC, you have a big smile on your face. Some of you are working as if you have a shoulder pad, you know. And congratulations. You know, I saw the pictures, jubilation in Lagos, you know, at the party secretariat and all that. They had parties, you know, and all that, even in India. But would you say justice has been served?
I think we need to, first of all, thank you for the opportunity of this discussion. I think we need to thank, Nigerians that gave Bola Ahmed Tinubu the mandate to be their president, 8.7 million voters, and the verdict of the tribunal has gone to validate that, because the Labour Party and the PDP were not able to prove their cases beyond reasonable doubt, as expected in any litigation of such magnitude. When you are accusing, your opponent of manipulating the system, you have to come forward with verifiable, statistics and evidence that will help the court to determine the veracity of your claim, because the court is not a Father Christmas. They cannot generate data for you to help your case. It is the data you present to them and the evidence you advance that will also help them inform an opinion about what you are complaining about. So for me, listening to 13 hours of judgment delivery yesterday was quite instructive. Instructive in the sense that that is the first time I have seen such long hours being kept in trying to deliver a judgment, and also speaking to all the minute details, including statements of witnesses that were presented by both the Labour Party and the PDP. I think if they say they are going to the Supreme Court, we welcome them.
All right, we'll come to that. We'll come to that. We'll come to that in the jiffy. But
the bigger picture is for them to join hands with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of the country.
We'll come to that in the jiffy. But how significant is this ruling in the broader context of, let's look at Nigeria's electoral system, especially the upcoming elections. We have state elections and future presidential elections. How significant is this ruling, in the context of Nigeria's political system?
Well, first and foremost, I would plead that anyone who is going into a contest must have at the back of his mind or her mind that you either win or lose. That should be planted in the minds of all candidates vying for any election, be it local government, be it councillorship, be it state assembly, senate, house of reps, and governors and presidents, because it's a contest of win or lose. We have winners, we have losers, and so once you are able to have that at the back of your mind, you won't be so itinerantly fixated on winning at all costs. If you have put up a fight, please wait to fight another day. You see, elections cannot be given or gifted from the law courts. 8.7 million voters have endorsed Asiwaju Tinubu as their preferred choice in the 2023 election. You don't expect the courts to invalidate that choice because of what people say or what the litigants say are infractions, which they couldn't even prove anyway. So the point must be made and made clearly that in our electoral process, please tell participants, contestants, that they should see it as a contest, which also presupposes that you either win or you lose.
Okay, Mr. Afegbua, yes.
Be a good sportsman.
I don't. It's very interesting. We'll hear from the other parties and their members and reps what they think about what you've said. But let's look at the judiciary for now. To you, how does this ruling reflect on the effectiveness and impartiality of Nigeria's judiciary in handling election-related cases?
I am full of encomiums for the 5 justices of the Presidential Election Tribunal for the kind of energy they displayed in terms of listening to the litigants during the trial process, as well as rendering 13 hours judgment delivery. You see, that sense of patriotism and speaking to the details of the litigants' claims and even the respondents' claims was for me, a thing of joy, because we are seeing a different perspective. It would have been different if they had spent 1 hour to just touch on the issues and they dismissed the case. But they provided legal basis to dissect the issues before arriving at their conclusion. They cited every case, even the one that the respondent claimed that Peter Obi was not a registered member of Labour Party. They threw it out and said that we were even lashing on to that, because if you are not a member of a political party, the party cannot sponsor you. But they gave a different perspective to it, because you see, the law must be guided by the constitution of the country and other enabling law. That is the ground norm, number one. Number two, any guideline, law, or any extant rules that are in conflict with the provisions of the constitution, the Constitution has said that it shall be null and void to the extent of that confliction. And so, when you see a case as thorough as this one, I'm just wondering what the Labour Party and PDP are going to do in the Supreme Court.
All right. So you're full of encomiums for the judiciary. Some will say, well, we didn't have widespread jubilation all over the country. We didn't see Nigerians pouring out onto the streets in jubilation at this ruling. You had many of them at home. If you listen to the radio stations, go on social media, most people are ranting and angry, saying the judiciary is not the last hope of the common man. So what's your take on that? Some of the opinion that the APC secured this judicial victory through the back door. What's your response to that school of thought as well?
You see, I am a political adult in Nigeria and have actively played politics for like 30 years now, or maybe 28 years. I have witnessed elections in all this period I'm talking about, and as a keen player, not an outsider, I can tell you for sure that we always find it difficult as Nigerians to accept defeat. Only President Jonathan accepted defeat in 2015, and that was a very noble conduct by him, which today remains commendable by every stretch of our imagination. You see, people, if the judiciary had pronounced either of these two persons, now they would say, oh, the judiciary did well. But because they already have a fixated mind about the whole process and knowing that it was Bola Ahmed Tinubu that won the election, they already have their own positions made. The president is in India as we speak, trying to attract investment to Nigeria, $14 billion investment.
Mr. Afegbua, you've not answered my question, sir. I'm saying that we didn't see
I'm coming.
pictures, videos of Nigerians pouring out to the streets in jubilation.
You are talking about jubilation. I don't know how you want people to jubilate. If you go to the court of appeal yesterday, if you see the number of persons there from the APC singing and dancing all through those 13 hours, you won't be asking about jubilation. What are you jubilating about?
Even in Lagos, apart from those who gathered at the party secretariat and then some, it seemed to be gloomy. Even in Lagos.
My brother, see, let me tell you, people have moved on. We have moved on. We are not going to be detained by the litigation of Labour Party and their PDP counterparts. No,
Mr. Afegbua, maybe it's because majority of Nigerians did not vote for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Maybe that's why. If you say that, probably that's a logical.
The result that were contested, Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu got majority votes, 8.7 million.
No. I'm saying that if you take his votes and you take no, but Mr. Afegbua, you know that if you take Asiwaju's votes and then you compare it to all the other votes combined, he didn't get the majority of all the votes.
When we are not combining votes, when it comes to contest, it is the tyranny of the majority.
Yes, I'm just giving you some sort of idea as to why we didn't see people pouring out onto the streets.
No, listen to my explanation. Majority votes is 2%. 51% is majority votes. 49 is a minority. So it's just a fraction of 2%. So when you go into a contest, you don't say you are combining votes of two opponents. You are looking at the man who scored the highest votes and the runner-up and the other person. So in this case, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has since commenced governance. He has spent 100 days in office. He's contending with the challenges facing the country in different areas.
Mr. Afegbua, the question I asked was this. We didn't see majority of Nigerians, many of them pouring out on the streets in jubilation. When Nigeria wins a match, the World Cup, under 17 World Cup, people pour out to the streets, wave their flags, they're celebrating, honking their horns. Even in Lagos, the atmosphere feels gloomy. So I'm saying probably it's because Asiwaju was a candidate that scored the highest number of votes. He won. But I'm saying maybe because majority of Nigerians did not vote for him. That's those who didn't vote for him are more than those who did. Maybe that's a logical, yes.
No. I don't understand your tenor for making such kind of allusion.
No, but that's a fact, Mr. Afegbua.
No.
That's a fact.
Please wait. Except you want to tell me that you belong to the obedient movement.
I don't. This morning I was accused of belonging to the APC. No.
Now maybe they don't like facing reality.
Please but it's a fact. It's a fact. I'm sure you agree. I'm not saying he didn't win the election.
Can you listen to me?
Go on.
Let me answer your question. Don't stop arguing with me.
I'm not arguing with you.
Listen to my
I'm not arguing with you. Please go on.
You see, the point must be made. Elections are not football contests where people are gathered, and when they lose matches, they go gloomy, and when they win, they celebrate. No, elections are matter of choices between the candidate and the electorates, the voters. In this case, we have Bola Ahmed Tinubu has won election with 8.7 million voters. PDP lost. Labour Party lost. But because of the rave of the moment and the kind of fixation that the Labour Party followers had before the election, with all manners of opinion polls, organizations turning out all manners of predictions, they thought Peter Obi was going to win the election. But they were beaten to their game because while Tinubu victory was pro-Nigerian, both Obi and Atiku had pro-North and pro-politics.
Okay, maybe Mr. Afegbua, next question for you. A follow-up question. A follow-up question. Seeing that, as a matter of fact, majority of Nigerians didn't vote for Asiwaju Tinubu. He won the election, no doubt. That is not in dispute. But like it happens in other parts of the world, even the United States of America, where they have the electoral college system, for instance, you have candidates that may have the highest number of votes, like Hillary Clinton, like Al Gore, but will not win the election because they have not satisfied the conditions. When it happens in America, they say that you have to work hard to win the hearts of those that didn't vote for you because they're in the majority, and they use the word legitimacy. Now, for Nigeria, do you think we need to have a reform, an amendment to the Electoral Act to say, instead of this first past the post method or system, let's have a simple majority, let's have a 50% plus one vote, a law or provision? It's called 50% plus one vote.
You are citing American system that has been so ingrained for the past 250 years. The concept of electoral college does not apply in our own case. In America, when you win certain states, certain electoral college votes are allocated to that state, and it is once you have majority votes in that state, you have won the entire electoral college votes. That is the system there. We are not practicing American type of voting system. Ours is simple majority, and whether you like it or not, election was conducted. There is no room for reforms. What are you reforming? The point is, people must go out to campaign for elections and get the endorsement of their voters.
Okay, Mr. Afegbua, last question to you. Last question to you, sir. Last question to you, please.
Let me finish this
in a sentence. Yeah.
If you ask me, political parties, INEC, and all of us must conscientize, mobilize, and sensitize the electorates to come out more to vote, because we had 94 million voters in the last election.
Okay, final question for you. The question remains, with what happened in this election where some voters were beaten and chased away, would they come out more? But Mr. Afegbua, let's listen to the presidential candidate of the PDP very quickly on his take. After yes. Let me just quickly for our viewers, we'll take that video and we'll be back.
Of this legal battle, when I instructed my lawyers to file my petition challenging the outcome of the presidential election, my ultimate goal in this pursuit is to ensure that democracy is further strengthened through the principles and processes of fair hearing and justice. Gentlemen of the press, I take great pains to tell you that the decision of the Court of First Instance on this matter utterly fails far short of expectation. I am therefore here to tell you that though the judgment of the court yesterday is respected, it is a judgment that I refuse to accept.
Sir, what's your thoughts quickly on what Atiku Abubakar has said? They're heading to the Supreme Court. Labour Party has rejected the decision. Your thoughts? What are the prospects of success for these two parties at the Supreme Court?
Well, my thoughts are he's entitled to his opinion on his decision to go to the Supreme Court. On the one hand, they will condemn justices. On the other hand, they will take their case to them. I don't understand. You see, you must build some level of confidence in our system so that we can make a headway. Don't think that it has to be you and you all the time. No. If you say you don't accept the outcome of the verdict of the tribunal, and you had ample opportunity to demonstrate evidentially what is required of you as a litigant, and you fail to do that, please don't crucify the justices of the Court of Appeal for anything. The point must be made, and very clearly. The court is not a Father Christmas that dashes you or just gives you all manners of prayers and pleadings. No. The court will look at the evidence before it and look at how relevant it is to your case, and in that process, take an informed decision. And if you listen to those justices yesterday, every item that was canvassed, they address all the issues, all the pleadings with a meticulous mindset, very meticulous. And because I listened, I spent 13 hours in my office. Incidentally, I was watching it on News Central because I was supposed to come on stream yesterday, and because of the live streaming, I couldn't. So I listened, I watched News Central all through. And you see, do not think that you say overvoting You didn't prove to the court where overvoting took place. You didn't convince the court. You didn't convince
okay,
the tribunal.
Mr. Kassim Afegbua, thanks for trusting in News Central. But it seems you're saying because it was 13 hours long, that means it must have been right. But hey, I'm not an obedient as you accused me of. I'm just a journalist who's trying to do a good job. But I understand. Mr. Kassim Afegbua, a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress, congratulations to you and your party, and thank you very much for your time.
Congratulations to Nigerians. We have moved ahead. We have moved on. Please tell them we have moved on. We need governance, and we are doing it now. Tinubu is doing it. It's not all this.
Thank you very much. We have another guest up next right here. All right. We'll have that guest some other time. We'll get somebody from the People's Democratic Party and of course Labour Party on this program. We tried to do that, but it's not been possible today. I want to thank all of you for your time. We've watched Politics HQ for this week. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks to the entire team who've been working behind the scenes to ensure the success of this show. My name is Kofi. Bartels, Benga, and myself will be back next week.